Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mayleaf. I have in front of me a green tea that I've never sourced before. I'm very excited to try it. It is a premium high-end teas. You know, it seems like I'm going around in circles here, right? Every tea is a high-end tea. Every tea is a high-end tea. Believe me, I'm trying. I'm really trying to find these beautiful deals, these amazing teas that hit the right price point that I'm like, yes, we can get that in and people don't have to spend too much money on their teas. I am trying, I promise you. I am not in the game of like, let's get the most expensive teas. In fact, I've tasted so many crazy expensive green teas this year, especially because I went to Sichuan this year. If you haven't seen some of those videos, I'll put links in the description below, and I think when this comes out, yes, there'll be many more videos coming after this one. But I've spent time at source tasting some monumentally expensive teas. All of them are usually great teas, but not worth the price. So I'm not in the game of just picking expensive teas. Trust me, I'm not. But inevitably, when you build your experience and taste, you know, you tend to focus in and find these subtleties that you just can't find in other teas, and then you look at the price point and you go, can I afford it? Can we afford it? This is one of those teas. Let me quickly tell you the story about this tea. So, visited Sichuan, spent time in Mengding, spent time in Ermei, spent time all over the place trying to find some amazing green teas. As I said, videos are incoming, so I'm not going to give away too much about what happened, but it was a struggle to find some top-end teas that were not break the bank expensive. And when I say break the bank expensive, I'm talking nuts money, right? I'm talking £3-4, $3-4 a gram kind of teas, right? And so it was a bit of a struggle. And then I left Sichuan before I had a chance to go to Ma Bian, which is where this is from. But I did want to go to Ma Bian, but just ran out of time. So I instructed my peeps out there in Sichuan, it's like, go deep into Ma Bian. Let's see if we can find some Ma Bian tea. And they came back with this wild Ma Bian tea. I don't have a name for it yet. It's just arrived. I want to make sure that you get an opportunity to taste this. So I'll figure out a name afterwards. But this is a wild Ma Bian tea, April 2025. It's from the Laochuan cha variety, or the Chuntijong variety, which just basically means it's the heirloom, you know, original bushes from that area. Original, but like, you know, the ancient sort of, you know, land race trees that have bushes that have developed in this area. So the Laochuan cha variety. Origin, this is from Ma Bian in Sichuan, near Ermei, where Juyeching bamboo saber is famously produced. You're not allowed to call it bamboo saber. You're not allowed to call it Juyeching anymore, but that's the subject of a different video. But you know, that bud, that supposedly pan-fried bud tea. So near Ermei, Ma Bian, but wild bushes. And when this scout sent me this tea, I was like, that is the tea that I've been searching for in Sichuan. Then I saw the price and I thought, but anyway, we've only got a small amount in. And for those of you who absolutely love your really high-end greens, may I introduce you to a tea of no name yet. We just call it Wild Ma Bian right now. Maybe that'll stick, who knows. And I'm brewing dry because I've got stuff to do. And I didn't have a chance to do a setup. And it's quite nice to do that. And I'm brewing in the top-down method. So just allowing these bud and one leaf picking, very fine picking. It's kind of like a sweet dew Ganlu picking, bud and one leaf, first flush tea. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Let me just turn off my phone. See, I'm in a bit of a rush. No, I can't even, there we go. Calm, dry brewing, don't make a mess. So, bud and one leaf. You could kind of put it in the Ganlu territory, sweet dew, because sweet dew is made with a bud and one leaf, but not curled. So I don't think I should really call it a sweet dew. And it's not from Mengding, it's from Mabien. Take a look at it starting to brew up. Because it's buds, it's a pan-fried bud tea. Because it's buds, it's going to be more armored, have a thicker shell to it, and therefore it takes longer for it to infuse. That's why I don't mind brewing it in this way. I flip between Gong Fu style and this style, top-down style. Some people call it grandpa style, although, yeah, whatever. This style of letting the leaves steep in water. I sort of flip between them. I think it depends on the tea. All right, let's give this a taste, and I'll also smell the aroma coming off these bud and leaf. Obviously, go check out the website. I'll do a proper Gong Fu brew of it and do the whole nose dry leaf for you, but I just wanted to give you a snapshot of it because I wanted to get it online. What I'm looking for, or what I was looking for in Sichuan, is that distinct pan-fried taste. One of the biggest criticisms that I have for teas coming out of Sichuan, especially given their price point, is that they're meant to be traditionally pan-fried teas, but they kind of shortcut the pan fry. They'll put it through the sharpen machine, which is not bad necessarily, and then they'll do a little bit of pan frying afterwards, just to sort of give it that little, call it handmade tag, and also give it a little bit of that flavor. But I want the pan fried taste. That taste needs to be adapted to the tea. Not everything should taste like a Longjing Dragonwell green tea, right? Which has that roasted bean note. You want that. You want the pan. You want to taste the wok, but you want it to suit the tea. And Sichuan generally is a brighter, lighter, more verdant area that suits a little bit more of a delicacy in the pan frying, but it needs to be there. So you can't skip it, but you need it to be done skillfully. That doesn't mean you do it short. It just means that you control the temperature and the movements to get it right. And believe me, it takes skill. Even if you have the same really high quality pickings, you give them to 5 different people, they'll all make different teas depending on how they are pan fired. So I'm smelling this distinct savory brothiness. I'm getting steamed zucchini or courgettes. I'm getting steamed rice. This warm, like this is what I love about these Chinese greens. It's this sort of warm, soupy, brothy, I feel like you it's springtime. It's a bit of chill in the air. You go to have breakfast and you're having like warm rice broth and zucchini. I say zucchini for the Americans out there. We call them courgettes. There's also this light note like nettle soup. I'm getting, though, this nuttiness that can only come from the pan frying. Pecan nut. Some soya milk. Milk chocolate. Winter melon. Again, in a broth. There is like this sort of baked note to it, but it's not baked. It's light. I kind of smell baked potatoes, but super light, like a new potato. So like very light skin, like very thin skinned, just sort of oven roasted. It's so light. It's nothing compared to a Longjing, but it's distinctively there, the pan fried note. All right. I know a lot of people are freaking out, right? They're going, oh my God, it's overbrewing, it's overbrewing. Look at that. Come on. Let's just admire this. This is some seriously high-end tea. Are you going to focus or are you going to annoy me? There you go. But of course, it's not about looks. There are plenty of teas that will do the whole dancing bud, but they won't taste great. So, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Use your senses other than your eyes to judge. What is it about really high quality greens? It's so difficult for me as a tea buyer because high quality greens require a certain sensitivity for you to really pinpoint that is top grade. And I do not mean that in any condescending way. I'm just saying that, like, it's the kind of thing that you need to taste a fair few greens before you note it. There's an elegance and softness and ethereal nature to this tea that you cannot really describe. You need to experience. However, I will make an attempt. Round, rich, vaporous, filling, fulfilling in the mouth, and just gives you this sense of like richness, yet soft, gentle, understated, coy, not coming out like, look at me. It's subtle, but it's potent and powerful. And that connection between richness and potency and softness, subtleness and purity, to get that in one pot is supremely difficult. Usually it goes one way. They've pan-fried it too much. Boom! It's just too much, getting too much baked potato. There's getting this slight creosote note. Bam, bam, bam. It's just too much. It's lost it. It's lost that elegance. Or it's like you taste it, it's like it's missing something. It's empty. But when you get that combo that hits perfectly right at that pivot point between the two, there's this unique symbolic balance that you can only sense when you drink it and you pay attention to it. It is remarkable. And this is one of those teas. It's just screams luxury, but it screams it through a velvet corridor. It's just, everything is just, wow. It's just like, what am I saying? I don't know, but hopefully you get me. I'm going to edit this and go, what are you talking about? Oh. Okay, I will try to come up with tasting notes, but this is the kind of tea that you just want to go, ah. The baked potato is there, but it's not. Usually that's a note that I see as a negative, like baked potato, starchy and a bit like too baked. No, it's like, again, the lightest new potatoes steamed, and then just a little bit of baking of the skin, just a tiny bit, just that control. Brothy, salty to sweet. Salty like vegetable soups like courgette, zucchini, marrow, winter melon. Watery and soft and umami and brothy. Moving to orchids and there's a fruitiness, but like I'll just stick with the orchids, lotus, magnolia, soya milk, cream. So you know how sometimes a soup can, a vegetable soup, not by putting cream in, just through the nature of the vegetables, they can become creamy, right? in mouthfeel, but also in taste. The creamier vegetables like the courgette zucchini combos, right? That brothiness. There's a touch of maybe a little bit of brown bean, but nothing like the roasted bean of a Longjing. The brown bean note is there as well. Just this vegetal, savory umami, and then orchids, lotus, milky, the fruit. Green gauge, like a sweet, plummy, but lighter. It's Wild Mabien. It really is a very special tea, and it's a bit of a shame that I wasn't actually there to film finding this. As I said, didn't fit it into my travels. It was a flying visit, because I know if I'd tasted it at source, it would have been like the perfect ending to a video. But anyway, point is, you can't control everything, because this is the pan-fried green tea that I had been searching for and could not find in Sichuan, without it costing, I would say, 3 to 5 times the price of this tea. And when you go and look online, you'll see that this is no slouch when it comes to its price. It's supremely produced. It's just an amazing, amazing tea. And the fact that you can just brew into it like this, and it's like, no problem, friend. The tiniest hint of bitterness, just in the background, that transforms to sweetness. I know the smell of this empty cup is gonna also give me that subtle richness. Strawberry ice cream. It's funny how tea makes me want to do recipes. Somehow strawberries and cream, but again with that little vegetal note of, again, like a creamy marrow zucchini. I'm just imagining candied. Can you do candied courgettes? I don't know. Rock sugar. Super sweet. In the mouth. That savory to sweet combo. Umami, brothy, rock sugar. Umami, brothy to rock sugar. Sort of in the salted caramel, but lighter. Right? Not that carameled. Oh, there's tea in here. Feeling. Wow. I'm feeling it. Sorry, you can see I'm feeling it. High, rising. I'm in the mists. I'm in the mountains. It's high up. What was the elevation on this? Did I say the elevation on this? I think it's 1,100 meters from my recollection, but I'll double check. But I think it's 1,100 meters. Mabien. Got that high mountain note to it for sure. Yeah. I fear that the Mayleaf catalogue is going to start to move too much into this just sort of like top echelon teas, and I'm trying my best. And there are some real winners in terms of price point in there. Believe me, I'm trying my best to get a good range. But I have to curate what I love, because otherwise what's the point? And this is just amazing. So if you can, indulge in a really, really high quality wild picked first pluck, bud 1 leaf. You've heard that all before. But there are many different grades and many different characters within that. And you can taste the absolute quality of material and the skill of the producer to pan fry this perfectly. That's it, tea heads. Check out our other videos, taste our teas wherever you're in the world by browsing mayleaf.com, and come visit us if you're ever in London. Other than that, I'm a woozy Don from Mayleaf. Thank you for being part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from those tea bags. Keep drinking this stuff and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea. Bye.